Hello, it's the Cryo Lady. Yes, here I am again to bore your day. But today I'm going to talk about going on holiday. But I'm going to talk about medical insurance and why it's really, really important. But holidays and medical insurance. So last year I went to Zante. Now, I hadn't been on holiday. I'm going to do blemish repair. I haven't been on holiday for, I think since about 2009 and 2008, 2009, something like that. And Phil, he'd not been on holiday since, I don't know since when, but I'm going to say it was like it's at least 20 years. He'd not been on a holiday for 22 years, right? So, things have obviously changed a bit, since we last went on holiday, especially airports. Well, primarily airports, really. Anyway, I'll talk about where I'm going now. So, in a few weeks' time, we're going to go to Corfu and we're going to stay at the all-inclusive Blue Hotel Resort. So, me and Phil have got our own room. Snoops has got his own room. I think we've got a superior garden view as well. So we'll see what that's like. That's all-inclusive. Now, the reason why I go all-inclusive is because I don't want to cook. We both want a real holiday. We want a day off. We want a week off from cooking. I don't want all that cooking, cleaning, this, that and the other. I don't want it. However, we're not really the kind of people that just want to loll around in a hotel by the pool, and that's fine for people that want to do that, but it's not my cup of tea. I mean, that's people's idea, and I have done that in the past, by the way. I have, but I don't want to do that. So, and neither does Phil, and neither does Snoops. We'd love to get out and about, so we are hiring a car. When we get to Corfu Airport, we're going to pick up our car. We're going to hire a car for a week, a Jeep Renegade. Now, we hired one of those in Zakynthos. Zante is also known. I don't know why it's got those two names. But anyway, so we are going to pick up the Jeep and then we're going to drive from the airport to the hotel. Now, I've looked at the reviews for the hotel and it comes out as 4 out of 5 on TripAdvisor. So I think that's fine. That's okay. Another reason why I chose the Blue is because it's right on the beach. I think it might even have its own beach, but it's got a really nice beach there, and I think it's got views of. I think someone said, pretty sure I saw a video where someone said you could see Albania. So that'd be interesting. Now, what we plan to do is drive out every day. We'll just go all over the place, probably buy ourselves some lunch whilst we're out, and we'll return back home. We'll return back to the hotel. We'll definitely eat breakfast at the hotel, and we'll also have most likely we'll have dinner at the hotel as well. And they've got a number of restaurants at the hotel as well, so that's fine. We'll do that. And we'll just have lunch when we're out. We'll grab something, which is the nice thing about it, and we'll just drive all over the place, and that is what we plan to do. I don't like to be held hostage by coach tours and things like that. Well, that's probably the wrong word for it, but I mean, I understand why people like to do that. I know the Blue, there's a shuttle that they do into Corfu town, which I think is €15. But like I say, we don't really need to do that. We like exploring. Anyway, later on this year, we're going to go to Athens. It's a little place just outside of Athens, and I've hired a villa there for 2 weeks. And it's going to be me, Phil, Snoops, Snowy, and because Snowy and are finishing, they're just coming to the end of their, they're both doing BSCs, Bachelor of Science degrees at university, and they're coming to the end of that. So this is sort of a pat on the back. So congratulations. Let's all go and have a nice family holiday. Banksy's also coming as well. So that's going to be fun. The other thing as well is health insurance. Please, 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 when you go on holiday, make sure you take out health insurance. And when you're taking out health insurance, you need to declare all of your illnesses, anything that you might have, conditions, anything you might have. Now, I've read way too many horror stories of people who've gone on holiday and they haven't taken health insurance out, and something's happened to either them or one of their kids. They've slowly racked up medical bills, and how you hear about this is that they're, the next thing you see a picture of them stricken in a hospital bed, in the Sun or a tabloid newspaper or something like that, and then they do a GoFundMe to try and raise money so they can pay their bills off or get a medical, flight back home. The other thing as well is that you need to declare everything, like I said. So again, I read another story about some woman. I don't know if I really... This is a bit difficult, right? I don't know whether to believe this or not, and I say this because I kind of looked into this a bit myself, is that she had her medical insurance voided because she hadn't declared that she was on HRT. So when I took out medical insurance for the holiday that we're going on now, I did that. I put in menopause, and they said, no, you don't need to declare anything with regards to that. That was the insurance company that I'm going with. But I think I might just double check with them to make sure of that. Because if anything happens, this is it. So you could go out, you could break your leg, right? Let's say, for example, you need treatment, you need something doing, and you go and you need to claim, and they can find something completely unrelated to that you didn't declare because you've given them access to your medical records, right? And they find out that you're on some tablet or another that you didn't declare, and they'll null and void it. So are you going on holiday this year? Are you going to Corfu? Are you going to the USA? Are you going to Turkey? Are you worried about the protests that have been taking place in Spain and the Balearic Islands? Does that bother you? Who do you take out your holiday, your travel insurance with? Have you ever travelled abroad without travel insurance and something bad's happened? Because I would like to know. Please let me know in the comments. Now, I have Instagram, I have Facebook, I have YouTube, I have TikTok, and it's all under the Cryo Lady, where I post these cryo talks. But I post other stuff as well about different things, And when I go on a holiday, is there anything that you want me to do, anything that you want me to film that you would be particularly interested in? Or is there anything you want me to talk about? Because I will research it and I will talk about it. So let me know in the comments. How much longer do we have to go on this? No, we got 50. We've got a whole minute. Because if you let me know what you want me to talk about or what I think about something, or you can tell me what you think and I'll respond to that, then, it kind of like, I just guess it opens things up a bit. But, you know what, I remember when I used to go on holiday in the past, right, things seemed so much simpler. I used to take my holiday insurance out with the post office holiday insurance. I'm pretty sure they definitely still do it through the post office. But of course now you see you could just go onto a comparison site and get the most, the cheapest isn't always the best. I always look at, I check out what they're going to give me. But yeah, let me know in the comments where you're going on holiday, what you think of all-inclusive, what you think about I'm doing, if you think that's a good idea. All-inclusive hotel, but hiring a car, so having all the freedom there to do what I want. Anyway, don't forget, subscribe, like and comment.